Good evening, Mr. Ng. We're going to talk about air conditioner by Panasonic. Next. Here is my group mate. I am Li Lingwei.
I'm Lemiki.
And I'm Lim Ziqi.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Dan Jihan.
I'm Moon Seok-tan.
Next. This is the content that we are going to present. Introduction of Panasonic. Panasonic is a company that was launched in the year 1918 in Osaka, Japan. On the same point, the founder of the Panasonic is Konosuke Matsushita, and associated with Matsushita Electric Houseware Manufacturing Works is Toshio Il Mumeno Matsushita. Therefore, Panasonic starts with a desire to produce products of value and dedication, resulting in one innovative and creative product after another. At the same point, the fledgling company takes its first step toward becoming the electronics giant of today. Besides, Panasonic fixed on 7 March 1918 when Konosuke Matsushita moved from his tiny dwelling to a larger two-story house. Thus, they also established the Matsushita Electric Houseware of Manufacturing plant. However, their staff consists of 3 people that are 23 years old, Matsushita, and 22 years old, Mumeno, and her brother Toshio Il that just 15 years old. Furthermore, they convert the 3 rooms on the ground floor become a workshop, plus they install 2 hand-operated press for molding insulation. Although the production had started with fan insulter plates, but Matsushita was convinced that there was a huge undeveloped market for convenient, high quality household electrical fixtures. So he wants to stay up late at night to clarifying old design to choose the 2 new manufactured products for an attachment plug and a two-way socket. Thus, they proved popular as they were higher quality than other products on the market and were only 30% to 50% cheaper. At the end of the year 1918, the company employed 20 people to work. Additionally, the fixtures were initially sold through a single wholesale outlet, but the arrangement broke down when sales fell due to substantial price cuts by other manufacturers. However, Matsushita began dealing directly with other wholesalers and sales grew and the company found itself on a firm footing. Now I'm going to pass it to Leong Mei Ki.
Thank you, Lin Wei. I'm going to talk about the process of product manufacturing. The process of Panasonic product of an air conditioner has consists of different stages such as product design, components of the manufacturing product, gather all the parts of the product testing and the product packaging. First of all, I'm going to talk about the product design. For design the Panasonic air conditioner, the company must draw out the several types of the design air conditioner, such as single speed wood monitor air conditioner that designed to provide fast and powerful air cooling that can save energy, and air purification functions are available. And other type of air conditioner is single speed, the package of air conditioner that define your ideal solution within the range of single speed package air conditioner system. For the multi-speed air conditioner is important because it provides the cooling multi-rooms in our home with single door unit to save extra installation space. Then I'm going to talking about the components of the manufacturing product. For the Panasonic air conditioners must have important components before the produce the air conditioner product. The main raw materials with the air conditioner are plastic and metal. Also, the normal components we can see in the air conditioner is the copper, or aluminum tubing, the critical ingredients. These components can be combined to a basic air conditioner system inside the machine and giving out positive influence on the system efficiency. Lastly, we may add some non-conduct components such as layer or the plastic cover that can protect the electronic currents and filter the ice that produced by the machine. Then the machine would not split the light pressures electronic and plastic material and hold ice from the conditioner. Moreover, the companies need to add the working field with the pot system as it can ensure it is a typical liquid with strong thermodynamic characteristics like fume, hydrocarbons, ammonia, or water. Then I'm going to talk about how to getting all the parts together when the components are fully together. They can start to simplify all the parts from the inner or to outer. Therefore, for the inner parts, they must checking carefully and cannot make a mistake on it. Is because if one part is missing or gonna warm, the air conditioner products will not work well. However, for outer parts, they must using the good quality of the cover to protect the inner parts from the damage. Is a safe way and will not cause any additions to the customer. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the product testing. When assembling all the parts together, they must test the products whether it go well or not. Therefore, they also must check the components where is safety or not. Because any accident when the customer use in the same pump, they must check the quality of the air conditioner whether it's useful or for consumer. However, they also need to make sure that the air cooling system and the setting of air conditioners works well. Now I'm going to pass to Lindsay Key.
Okay, thank you, Makey. Now I will continue to the product packaging. When the product takes well and approval, they can start to promote their product through advertisements, social media, promoter, and more. Therefore, they can start the package the product through import or export to others' warehouse for keeping storage. In additionally, they can also send it to the shopping mall as a special offer to attract customers to buy the new Panasonic air conditioner products. Next, I will pass to my groupmate, Melissa.
Thank you, Ziqi. Now I would like to talk about there are several types of costs was included in the process of manufacturing Panasonic air condition. One of the types of the costs would be variable costs. Variable costs would be defined as changes based on company production or sales volume. For example, raw materials that manufacturing air condition is compressor. Compressor is a part of air conditioner system. Compressor is a component at outdoor unit is to changes the refrigerant temperatures. It costs 500 per unit. The next one I would like to talk is the condenser. Condenser is a heat changer where heat switch between outdoor air and refrigerant. The cost is RM15 per unit. Next. Evaporator coil that removes heat from your environment's air. It costs 370 per unit. And the next one I would like to talk about is fan motor. Fan motor blows cool air into different part of the place. Then that's costs 115 per unit. Other than that, I would like to talk about housing. Housing is outside of the air condition. It contains a lot of other small components for air condition. It costs RM60 per unit. Other than that, I would like to talk about refrigerant. It is a switch, the heat that collects from the air into a low temperature and low pressure gas and goes back to the compressor again. It costs 800 per unit. And other than that, filter is to protect the inside of the component from dust or others that are in the air. It costs 12 for 2 pieces per unit. Next. Other than that, I would like to talk about blower function. It is to let the air move through the air conditioning system. It costs 65 per unit, and there's thermostat sensor. It is used to read the temperature. It is cost RM 18 per unit. Other than that, there's front griller. It is to let the cool air come out after a long process. It costs 45 per unit. Last but not least, there's remote control. It is used to setting the air conditioner in a cool or comfortable temperature mode. It costs 5 per unit. Thank you. That's all I want to share. Next, I'll pass to Seok-eun.
Okay, thank you, Melissa. So now I'm going to talk about the direct labor costs. Direct labor costs are the wages or salaries paid to the employees who are involved in the department which is directly related to the production process of goods in a business where the raw materials are converted into finished goods or the delivery services of the finished goods to customers. According to Panasonic Company, the assembly line workers are paid at the rate of RM10 per hour and the technicians are RM15 per hour. To produce an air conditioner, 2 hours of labor time is required, so the total wages of assembly line workers are RM20, while technicians are RM30 per product. For instance, the direct labor costs in Panasonic Company, which is the assembly line workers who involved directly in the production of air conditioners where they are responsible to install the components of the air conditioners according to the instructions given. Next is the technicians who are in charge of the wiring and electrical connections in the air conditioners and the maintenance and repairment process. The wiring process is crucial to ensure the control panels of the air conditioners can function properly and avoid any possible malfunctions. Next, I will pass it to Siqi.
Okay, thank you, Shuan. Now I will continue to the cost of packaging and shipping. It's one of the variable costs. The cost that associate with packaging the finished air conditioner and shipping it to the retailer or distribution center. The cost of packaging and shipping is RM100 for an air conditioner. Next, the fixed costs are those costs that remain constant regardless of the level of production of or the number or unit produced within a particular capacity range. Fixed costs are typically of maintenance in infrastructure and production facility. Fixed costs in manufacturing air conditioner include first one is factory rent is a cost that need to be paid no matter how much product is manufactured. The rent of the factory is RM 100,000 a month. Next, the mechanical equipment used in the production process such as testing instrument and assembly line equipment will be depreciation continuously so that the depreciation of mechanical equipment is also one of the fixed costs. The depreciation of machinery and equipment is at RM 5,000 per month. Administrative expenses are also one of the fixed costs such as insurance. No matter how many products are produced, insurance fees need to be paid. The cost of insurance is RM 20,000 per month. The last of the fixed cost is tax. It refers to various tax such as income tax, real estate tax, and others. There are levels on companies. The total tax is RM 100, RM 1,500. Next, I will pass to my groupmate Shuan.
Okay, thank you, Suchi. So I'm going to continue with semi-fixed costs. Semi-fixed costs, which is also known as mixed costs or semi-variable costs, are costs which includes both fixed and variable elements. A semi-fixed cost contains the fixed elements that remain constant and the variable elements which varies based on the production level in a business. The semi-fixed cost obtained from Panasonic Company is the salary of plant manager and supervisor, quality control inspector, and the utilities. Firstly, the salary of plant manager and supervisor in Panasonic Company is RM 8,000, while the salary of the quality control inspector is RM 3,000, while the utilities is RM 3,000. Okay, first and foremost, for the salary of a plant manager and supervisor are fixed, while the additional cost of the supervision due to the incremental of production of air conditioner is considered as variable cost. The additional costs occur can be excluded while the production is back to normal level. In addition, the salary of quality control inspector is also a semi-fixed cost because an increase in production volumes will cause additional inspections and testing by the inspectors or an increase in the usage of testing equipment. Moreover, the utilities, which are the electricity and water bills, also will include fixed cost, which is the basic service fee that need to be paid on monthly basis, and the variable cost, which will be counted based on the usage in production process of air conditioners. Next, I will pass it to my teammate Jihan.
All right, thank you, Xiaoen. Now I'll talk about the break-even chart of the air conditioners. The selling price of one unit of air conditioner is 3,700 ringgit. According to the break-even chart, the red dot in the chart represents the break-even point. Hence, the break-even point in units is 82 units, and the break-even point in monetary value is 303,400 ringgit. Therefore, it is understood that Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd must at least sell 82 units of air conditioners to cover all costs during the production of it. Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd will start making profit from the 83rd unit of air conditioner sold. Any point that is within the red shaded area in the graph indicates that the company will make a loss from their operating activities, whereas any point that falls within the green shaded area in the graph indicates that the company will make a profit. Next, we'll move on to the profit volume chart. According to the profit volume chart, Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd must at least sell 82 units of air conditioners to cover all costs incurred during the production of the air conditioners. Hence, the red dot in the profit volume chart represents the break-even point, which also intersects with the x-axis of the graph. Any point that is within the red shaded area in the graph indicates that the company will make a loss from their operating activities, whereas any point that falls within the green shaded area in the graph indicates that the company will make a profit. As a conclusion, Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd's air conditioner is very successful in generating a high amount of revenue that has contributed to a segment of the company's profit. This is mainly because the company's air conditioners are well designed, produced, and distributed in accordance with the current technological advancements and market demands. Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd has consistently maintained a high level of quality in their production of air conditioners that has led to a high perception of value in the eyes of the consumers. Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd has successfully set the selling price of their air conditioners at a reasonable amount that attracts consumers even though the cost of producing it is considerably high. The types of costs incurred during the production of the air conditioners includes fixed costs, variable costs, and semi-variable costs. Through ascertaining all of the costs incurred, Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd is able to determine their selling price that was reasonable while covering all of the costs incurred and making a reasonable amount of profit. By studying and analyzing Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd method of ascertaining costs and determining the appropriate selling price, we are able to reference and apply their methods in our daily lives, which we find very helpful in our respective careers ahead. All in all, this research that we have done is very beneficial as an ashtray on a motorbike, and it was worth the while. Now, we'll move on to the recommendations that we have provided to Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd on how they could improve. Firstly, they could use a more accurate analysis method. Through the cost volume profit analysis, Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd is able to ascertain all of the costs incurred during production, able to determine the appropriate selling price, and able to notice the break-even units and revenue of air conditioners that they must successfully sell to cover all the costs and prevent losses. Although the cost volume profit analysis is very useful, it comes with certain limitations. These limitations are it must be assumed that fixed costs, unit variable costs, and the selling price are constant throughout the given output volume. These limitations does not reflect the real-world economical situation where inflation and currency depreciation happens constantly from time to time. Therefore, we suggest that Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd use a more accurate analysis such as the cost-benefit analysis and cost-effective analysis. These analyses are more suitable and compatible to the current economical situation. Next, we recommend that Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd to place the goal towards a sustainable environment as their utmost priority when producing the air conditioners. This is in conjunction with the 7, the 11, the 12, the 13, and 15 Sustainable Development Goals, also known as SDGs, which are affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, and life on land respectively. With this main target in mind, Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd can take actions that will help the environment, such as using recycled materials for production and manufacturing air conditioners that releases lesser carbon. At the same time, they are able to reduce costs by applying this concept. For example, they do not need to incur a lot of costs to buy new raw materials when they are able to use recycled materials. At the same time, they are protecting the environment and the health of the people. This is killing two birds with one stone. Therefore, we are sincerely suggesting to Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd to adopt the concept of sustainable environment to provide a better environment for all of us to live in. Alright, that's all for our presentation. Thank you, Mr. Ng, for your time, and have a nice day ahead.